I have begun recording for this morning. And last time we had finished with a problem of estimated demand functions for a coffee cafe. These techniques may be useful if you're actually running a cafe. You could try experimenting with different prices, seeing how your sales vary, and then use that data to estimate the demand function for coffee, maybe for carrot cake. Finally, here's a problem that you can try at home concerning demand functions for as much as 25 points of extra credit. If your calculus is a little bit rusty, you don't need it necessarily for this class, but you will find an explanation in Appendix A to Chapter 2 of the textbook. Any questions about demand functions and marginal analysis? Okay, so let's move on to the next topic concerning cost in economics, or the euphemism is opportunity cost. And here's a question that I would like you to consider for 2 points of extra credit right now. A university has tuition that costs $10,000 for over an academic year, room and board, and finally, a job that you could have had had you not studied full time, a job that pays $20,000 per year. So my question for you now is, how much does college really cost you, taking these data into account? I think this will take you about 2 minutes to come up with an answer. So I will see you in 2 minutes.
Excuse me, do we need to consider all 4 years of college?
No, just 1 year.
Oh, thank you.
Sure, good question.
The answer is 35,000.
Well, let's take a look. So let's see, how did you come up with 35,000? How are you thinking about this?
First we take tuition, then board 15, and plus opportunity cost of not going to college 20,000. So it is 35.
That you use an interesting phrase, opportunity cost. What does that mean to you?
It is the amount of money we need to give up in order to attend college.
Yeah, in this case, good. Or more generally, it is any value that you have to forego to take a particular choice. In this case, to go to college rather than to work. So this, I think that's a good answer. It's good for an additional 2 points of extra credit. The one thing that I might note is that if you're commuting from home, you already have taken care of room and board. Your parents are presumably providing you with lodging and food. So you don't have to pay $5,000 for room and board. You're already absorbing those costs. So that would bring down the cost of college to $30,000, which is still more money than most students, I think, really anticipate that college is costing them. Once in tuition, this is look only at tuition, but really it is the foregone income of working that is the major cost of going to college. It's well put. Thank you. Other suggestions for the cost of college. Okay. So here's the next opportunity cost puzzle for you concerning a shuttle at Baikonur. And I think this will take just a bit longer to think about. And in this case, you have already leased a shuttle for 1 year from Nassau. And then you will have to pay Nassau $500 per kilometer that the shuttle will travel in the future. The shuttle right now already has a full fuel tank. So the fuel is already paid for. The client is offering you $1.1 million to rent the shuttle for a week. That amount that the client would pay would include 100,000 liters already in the tank, and also up to 500 kilometers of travel. So the client above that amount of travel will pay you 500 for each kilometer. And then finally, the client will return the shuttle to you with an empty fuel tank. So he's not going to refill the tank for you. It will be empty once you get the shuttle back. And then finally, on the side, you can only sell fuel for $40 per liter. There is no constraint on demand. You can sell as much fuel as you wish. Normally, you buy wholesale the fuel for $30 per liter. But remember that in this case, you already have a full fuel tank. So those are the data for the problem. And my question to you is, should you accept the client's offer? So if you would, just give me 1 second, because I'm going to put all of this data on one slide that you can see. I'm having a bit of trouble getting back to the slide. So if you would just give me a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to go outside Zoom and come back in. Okay, there we are. And there's the information in the problem. So this time I will give you 5 or 6 minutes to come up with an answer to the problem. But as always, if you are the first to answer it correctly, you can earn an additional couple points of extra credit. So I will see you in 5 minutes if you have no questions about the problem.